Okay, section 8.2 is special right triangles. So we've talked about Pythagorean, which applies to any right triangle. Now we're going to talk about a few special right triangles. So theorem 8.5 is the 45, 45, 90 degree, these are all degrees, 45 degree, 90 degree triangle theorem. In a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, both legs are congruent, S equals S, because these two angles are congruent, and the length of the hypotenuse is root 2 times the length of a leg. So if we know the measure of the leg, just one leg, we can already find the measure of the hypotenuse or the other leg. Okay, so let's look at this. And I'm going to just put this up here so that we have our picture. And I'm going to just say 1, 1, root 2 instead of S, S, S root 2, because this is a proportion. So if I have a side length that is 6 units long, I'm going to just put a 6 for both these sides and multiply root 2 times 6. So let's try one. That's our model that we're going to use. If you want to think of it still as a variable instead of a 1, that's okay. So let's say we have a triangle, and I know it's a 45 degree right triangle, and I have a side length of 9. I should be able to find both the other leg and the hypotenuse. Well, I know that the proportion of side to side is the same, so x has to equal 9, and I know that y is root 2 times 9. I should put the 9 first. So it's 9 root 2. And that's all we have to do. We don't have to use Pythagorean. Okay? Let me try another one with you. Another example. Again, a 45 degree right triangle. And this time the side is 2 root 2. So remember, the hypotenuse here is going to be the side, this is what my side equals, times root 2. So the hypotenuse equals the side length, 2 root 2. Oh, come on. Times another root 2. So that becomes 2 times 2, or 4. So if the original side is 2 root 2, this is 4, and this side is 2 root 2 also. Now, if you try one for me, and this time I'm going to give you the hypotenuse. And remember, the hypotenuse equals the leg times root 2. So you should be able to figure it out. Take a minute on your own. This is a 45 degree triangle. That's important because that's the only kind of triangle that we can use this relationship with. So try it and come on back. Okay, the hypotenuse is 6, and that's going to be the leg times root 2. Then the leg is 6 divided by root 2. And since I always have to rationalize the denominator, multiplying top and bottom both by root 2, I'm going to get 6 root 2 over 2, which is 3 root 2. Okay, so again, using this proportion, and you will want to memorize this, a 45 degree right triangle is 1, 1 root 2. Sorry, something in my throat. Okay, our other special triangle is a 30, 60, 90. Our 30 degree is opposite our smallest side, which we call S. The length of the longer leg is S times root 3, and the hypotenuse is 2 times S. So again, this is our relationship for a 30, 60, 90. So again, I like to draw it this way. 30 degree, my shortest side I'm just going to call 1, and then I can multiply that by whatever number I want. 2 root 3. And again, this is a ratio or a set of values that you want to have memorized. Okay, so let's look at a few of the things here. My short leg, let's see, the long leg is root 3 times the short leg, because my short leg is my 1 or my single side. The hypotenuse is 2 times the short leg. So let's try a few of these problems. Let's say I give you the long leg, 30, 60. Let's say I tell you that the long leg is 5. How would we find the short leg and the hypotenuse? Well, I'm going to start with this relationship. The long leg is root 3 times my unknown short leg. So x is 5 divided by root 3, which is 5 root 3 over 3. My y value, or my hypotenuse, is 2 times the short leg, which I just found. So my y value is 10 root 3 over 3. Okay? Let me have you try one on your own. Let's say I give you, let's draw it this way this time. Put the 30-degree here. So this is my short leg. This is my hypotenuse. So let's say that I give you the information that the hypotenuse is 6. Can you find the short leg and the long leg? So again, just knowing the hypotenuse, I can find the short leg by taking half of it. The hypotenuse, 6, is 2 times the short leg. So x is 3. So now I know this side. Now using this ratio of the short leg, I'm going to say that the long leg, which is y, is root 3 times the short leg, which in this case is 3. So y is 3 root 3. And you can see that we're still in that ratio of 1 to 2 to root 3. 1 times 2 is 6. 1 times root 3 is 3 root 3. That's the whole section, guys, so we're done for this one.